Hi, I'm Ola and this is 99% Able, a YouTube channel and a blog where I talk about life as an independent disabled person, as well as disability and body positivity activism. Today I would like to show you my favorite activists who work mostly on Instagram, as next week I would like to talk about how Instagram gives shadow bans and censors disabled people's photos and Instagram accounts. So I think I would like to start with probably the first activist that I followed on Instagram, and their name is Ruby Allegra. They are gender fluid and they have exactly the same disability that I have, which is arthrogryposis. What I like about Ruby is that they always show themselves as they really are, and they always show that disabled people have to be respected, and they really fight for that. They also often talk about what problems do people wheelchair users have in their usual everyday life. I am personally not a wheelchair user, but as Ruby and I have the same disability, I still feel like I experience some of the things that they experience, and this kind of make me closer to them, and that's why I really like them as a person and as activist. And I'm really glad that I had a possibility to get to know them, not personally of course, but get to know their work, their activist work, and what they write about, their opinions, because I just learned so much from them, and I'm just really grateful for that. The next person is Alex Daisy, who I got to know probably as most of the people through Snapchat's Born Different Stories program. And by the way, Born Different on Snapchat is a really nice, I could say, program, as every week, I think, or twice a week, something like that, they add a new video of some disabled person's story. And it's just amazing to see how different disabled people around the whole world manage with their lives. And this program is usually very positive, so it's just really nice to watch. I really like it. So I think I could say that Alex is one of the faces of the problem with Instagram, that Instagram shadow bans disabled people. And Alex sometimes posts pictures of herself where she poses in the same way as, for example, Kim Kardashian poses or other celebrities. And she shows that Instagram only deletes her photos and not these celebrities' photos. And she also started another Instagram page, another Instagram blog, which is Disabled Bodies Matter. And she also talks about it there, and she posts photos of different disabled people. So the next person is Julian Van Orn, who is also a trans advocate, apart from being a disability blogger and activist. He's also a model, so he talks about how to get into modeling as a disabled person and how it is generally to be a disabled model. He also recently wrote an amazing article about shadow banning and censoring disabled people's photos and deleting them on Instagram, and that's what inspired me to talk about it next week. I really look up to him. I always wait for his posts and stories because he's just so positive and so open about everything, about all of his experiences, that is just amazing and really nice to watch him and follow him. So the next person, who is not a disability activist but body positivity activist, and she's probably the one that you will know the best, probably all of you know her. Her name is Megan, and she is known on Instagram as Body Posi Panda. Even though Megan is not a disability activist and blogger, she has a sister, Gemma, who is a disabled person, and she's very often in her videos, photos, stories on Instagram. And you can see that Gemma understands disabled people, and she really respects everyone. As she also shows through her stories and through her relationship with Gemma that disabled people are as normal and as good as able-bodied people, and that they should be treated equally, and that they are not worse, which I really respect about her, and I'm really thankful for her about it, uh, because she has a really wide following, and A lot of people follow her just because of body positivity, but they also learn about disabilities while following her. So the next person is Liv from Instagram, a blog called SelfLongLive, and she is just really real, really real person. She always very open about her experiences. She talks about self-love, body positivity, and also mental health. And whenever whoever struggles with mental health, I think they should follow her because she's just so open about it and so real about it, and it's just so amazing. She feels like a best friend that everyone needs. So yeah, Liv is just another amazing person, really worth it's really worth to follow her on Instagram. So the last person, who is probably one of my favorite people in the whole world, her name is Jamila Jamil. She's an actress, and recently, I don't know, maybe a year or 2 years ago, she started an Instagram blog called I Weigh, where people talk about what they weigh in terms of not kilograms, but in terms of their feelings, their personality, their family, what is important in their lives. And it's just really inspiring how people see themselves. So Jamila is mostly body positivity activist. She posts a lot on Twitter. I think more than on Instagram, but I Weigh is on Instagram, so that's why I talk about it here. And recently I've noticed that she started talking more about disabled people, so I hope that she will talk about it more in the future too. So there are also a few activists and bloggers who I've only started following a few days ago or not a long time ago, and they are talked about, and they are usually friends with other activists who I told you about a second ago. So I would also like to mention them because there are people that I know that are really worth following because my favorite activists follow them and are friends with them. So I will also just mention their names because I don't know yet what they talk about exactly and what are their opinions about everything, and I would love to get to know them better. So the first person is Arielle from Carpet at the DM Instagram account, and they're friends with Julian from the Disabled Hippie account who I told you about before, and they're also agender. They also say that they are deaf positive, so I would like to learn more about it because I have to admit that I've never heard about it before. So I hope I could learn something new from them. So the next two people who live with ileostomy are also very important in terms of next week's theme, which is shadow banning and censoring photos on Instagram. They both are huge advocates in this subject on Instagram. So the first one's name is Brianna, and her username on Instagram is the Laughing Stoma. And the second one's name is Veronica, and her username is Vis Iliostami. So the last person's name is Jessie, and her username on Instagram is Disabled Not Defeated. She lives with chronic pain, with disability, and well, a service dog who looks really amazing. And I've recently started watching her stories, and she talks about some really important things, and she seems like a really kind person. So I would also like to learn more from her and learn more about her too. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it below and comment below if you have any other activists, if you know any other activists who I didn't mention and who you would like to tell me about. If you would like to hear more from me, please subscribe to this channel. I also have a blog and a few social media accounts, and I will link all of them below. So yes, that's it. Thank you very much. I want to film another video about activists generally or from other platforms, but today I just wanted to focus on only Instagram activists. But yeah, that's it. So thank you very much and see you next week.